Good morning, buenos dias, bonsoir. Welcome to Life's Questions and Lessons. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so excited and grateful that you are here with me today. This podcast is unedited because life is unedited. As always, we'll get started with a question and whatever activity you engage in to explore your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, please feel free to do. So today's first question is, do I start or join a new community? Do I start or join a new community? So we did a podcast episode a few episodes back that focused on what am I struggling with? And the actual podcast title was What Am I Struggling With? Starting, Maintaining, or Finishing. So if you haven't already, please take a moment and go back and listen to that. It definitely, I think you'll find that very helpful. But one of the things that I am currently struggling with, or where I really need some support, is in the podcast creator community. I am a very self-aware person. I've been on this personal growth journey for a very long time, and I know myself very well. I know when I am struggling with accountability or maintaining, in my case, maintaining this project, so this podcast, I really need outside support. I need a weekly group of women that I can talk to that are doing the exact same thing I'm doing. I want to learn with them, contribute, and grow with them. And so I've been looking for a community, specifically impact podcast creators that meet on a weekly basis and support each other. And I haven't found one. So I mentioned, some of the struggles that I have before with even, though I know why I'm doing this work and I know how valuable this is to me and to you. Sometimes I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing it, and I don't want to succumb to that. I know that one of the me's, inside my head is I don't feel like it me. And she is strong. She has her way, and I don't want her to get her way in this case. So, the universe provided, and I received an email from my director of the Lean In MSP chapter that I've been a part of for years. And she basically was letting me know how much she's enjoying the podcast and one episode in particular. And it was really what I needed. It was like God was saying, look, you ask and you shall receive. I needed that reminder, I that type of feedback is really what keeps me going because it's a very lonely road, creating these podcasts and wondering, who's listening. But one other thing that she said was, why don't you start a community? If you decide you want to start, here are some resources of all the people that I know in the podcast community and in our Lean In MSP group. And it was at that moment that I asked myself some more questions and said, do I really want to start a community or do I want to join? And so that's the context and the background for that particular question. One thing I noticed as I was journaling on this question and exploring this further is I didn't really want to start a community because I need the support now. Right? Like it's much easier for me to just join something that's already existing because when you start a new community, you have to find members, you have to promote it, you have to do all the things that I'm, already doing for the podcast. And I didn't want to do that. But then I realized, hold on a second. Yes, it would take some work to find members that would actually want to join on a weekly basis, but I'm currently a part of 4 organizations for women. Those are existing communities that I'm a part of. Why wouldn't I tap into those communities first? And then it's less of starting a community, but more a task of starting a community within an existing community. So that really lit me up. And so that's what I'm going to be working on this week, tapping into the existing communities I'm a part of. So Lean In MSP is one of the biggest. We host events almost monthly at this point, from peer coaching circles to LinkedIn connections and all these types of events online via Zoom. So that's the biggest organization that I'm a part of and the most active. I'm also a part of Elevate, as well as a community, a spiritual community called Rose Gold Goddesses. So I really want you to take some time with this one. And first of all, if you are thinking of, if there's a topic or an interest that you really feel like you need support, or you want to talk to in real time, talk to other people and connect with other people on something that you're struggling with, really tap into the existing communities. If you haven't found that community, like you want to join, you want to connect with people, but maybe it's been challenging for you, think about the existing communities that you're a part of. You know, your first community, in all honesty, is probably your work. If you work in a certain industry, there are trades. So I am a digital producer, but my actual industry is e-commerce, is retail. So there's hundreds upon hundreds of existing communities, existing organizations that fall under that category. So definitely take some time with this one. I'm really hoping this is helpful. For me, I like things simple. I'm always asking, what's the simplest way, the easiest way to get this done, because life is complicated. So hopefully this kind of unveils some insights for you as you're exploring this question for yourself. So as always, thank you so much for listening. I really, really do enjoy having this platform and sharing this journey with you. So thank you for being here. Please rate or review this podcast, whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts or whatever platform you're listening to my words on. And finally, please share this podcast. If this was helpful for you, it's probably going to be helpful for someone else. And until next time, take care.